Hi guys, I am Victor. I am a painter living in Paris, and today I am going to talk to you about color theory. In particular about 5 colors that I got sent to me from Rembrandt. This is titanium white, the most opaque white. It is the most commonly used. However, I like to use mine not bound in linseed oil, but bound in safflower oil. Safflower yellows less than linseed. If you want to mix cold colors, safflower will be much better than linseed because your blues will turn green in time, and this is less likely to happen and will not happen as fast if you're using safflower oil. This is mixed white. That means that there is a little, like 5, maybe 7% of zinc white along with the titanium white. We will see in practice how it behaves differently from the titanium. It retains the chroma much more, whereas titanium tends to crush your chroma. Here we have some black oxide. Very interesting pigment, PBK11. We'll look into how this one behaves. What do I have here? Rembrandt calls this color transparent oxide brown. This is a transparent color. It is a series 3 in price, which means it's not the most expensive, but it's not among the cheapest either. And the pigment is a PR101. Often when you see brownish reds, like burnt sienna, burnt ochres, Venetian reds, English reds, brands will call them different names. It's basically a pigment that can, depending on how it's treated, it can give a lot of different hues. So we look into that one, and we'll also look into a beautiful Indian red, single pigment, and fun fact, it is exactly the same pigment than the transparent oxide brown I just showed you. So let's take a look and let's get into it and have some fun with these colors. So first I'm going to start by building my palette. So I'm going to lay down some Indian red. Indian red, Rembrandt's Indian red is an opaque color. And here we have a transparent color, which means it is excellent for glazings, for instance. The transparent brown is much darker in value than the Indian red. I like to make 2 blobs of color instead of 1. You can dirty 1 blob of color without dirtying the other. It helps me keep my palette cleaner for a longer time because I have some clean hues. Black oxide. It's an opaque black. Let's compare how Indian red and transparent oxide brown behave when mixed with some whites. Some titanium white. Okay. This gives us a fleshy, with a blue undertone, a fleshy pinkish red, very fleshy. Now, if I put some more of that titanium white, it gets much paler, but it retains its chroma. Which makes me say that this pigment is quite powerful because white, especially pure titanium white, tends to override colors you mix it with. Let's take a look at the brown. So first, what I observe is that this pigment, this transparent oxide brown, is much weaker. It's a much weaker pigment. As you see, the white completely has eaten it, while the red was much stronger. This brown was totally eaten in chroma by the white, which makes it interesting. It's also a transparent color, so we should look at it also when glazed, because that's the optimal use case for a transparent color. Let's make a slightly darker value because we don't have. So, very interesting. Caramelly, chocolatey, coffee-ish color when mixed with white. But now, how does it look when it's glazed? We will have a lot more depth. Let's just use some linseed oil. Okay, very dark, again chocolate color with very warm undertones, very rich color. I would use this one to glaze with it much more than opaquely, even though these lighter versions of this brown can easily become a very good foundation for dark skin tones. So, very versatile. This is an aspect of colors which helps me choose them. I like versatile colors. I like colors that don't do just one thing. And having them around is such a richness and gives you a lot of options. It's a very powerful color, this one. It is going to be even less brightened in value than with titanium white, because zinc white is a transparent white. It retains the original hue of your color, much more so than titanium. Of course, there's one last thing I wanted to talk about, and this is how do these colors behave when mixed to black. And especially I'm interested in the Indian red, because this is already pretty close to black. It's a very dark brown. So if I was to add some black, I would have something like a Van Dyke brown. So basically a very warm, deep black. So this could be suitable for some shadow areas in a portrait of someone with dark skin complexion. And let's take some black again and mix it to red, our Indian red. I didn't use enough black, and now maybe I used too much, but what is too much, you know? It's really about exploring at this point and making a demonstration. So this is an opaque black. It's a single pigment, clean color. When mixed with this Indian red, it gives a very carmine-like dark red. Very interesting for shadows on lips. This red is opaque, so is the black. Very flashy. I talked earlier about the blue undertone of this red color, and it's funny because now that I mixed it with the black, which is a quite neutral black, maybe leaning slightly towards a warm black even, and now that we have a much darker value and reduce the chroma of this Indian red, to me it appears that it's colder. It has this carmine quality to it, which reminds of colors like, not quite like magenta, but like alizarin crimson, scarlet lake, which are slightly cool. Alizarin crimson is even cooler than scarlet red. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram, and yeah, that's it. That's actually a lot.